Okay, so again, we're looking at this Apple chart, and so one of the indicators, I want to give you about four indicators, but one of the indicators is the directional momentum index. It's called the DMI. Okay, directional momentum index. You see it here. If you go on TradingView and go to indicators, that's what I did. I was up here in indicators, just hit indicators. Now these are in my favorite. So everything I've ever looked at, I make it a favorite. So if you went up in the search box and did directional momentum, and you just put DIR, it'll come up. So directional momentum indicator, you hit that first one at the top, or if it's not at your top, it should be real close to the top. And that's the one I use. Okay, and it's DMI. So it's a good indicator in this sense. So let me put it on my chart. I made sure I didn't put anything on my chart until y'all got here. And it looks like this. All right. So it looks like this. It has and when you come and hover over it here, you can go to the gear settings. And when you go to the gear settings, it's going to give you the directional, the DXI, the ADX. That's just I usually take it off. I don't need it. I just want the plus minus. Naturally, plus is green, minus is red. I want the plus minus. And I usually keep it at default. Default is 14 and 14. But the length of DI length is 14. So I usually keep it at the 14. Sometimes I play with it, but most of the time I leave it at 14. It tends to work well at the 14. Okay. So DMI or directional uh, um, what did I say the thing is?
Direct.
Momentum indicator or index. It is so what happened is you use this as a cross, just like you would do anything like that, like a moving average. So where that green crosses up over the red, you are now in an uptrend. And when the red crosses up over the green, you're in a downtrend. And it's really just that simple. Um, and if you notice, and then there's just one indicator right now. So if you notice, if I put I go over here and get me a vertical line and see this cross right here. Look at that move. Okay. You see that? Everybody see that? Please talk to me.
Yes.
Okay, great. I need you to talk to me because I don't know if you're seeing what I'm talking about yet. Watch this one. Look at that. Look at that cross right there. That's
Okay. That one I see. Okay.
you see that? See that cross right there?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Now this is a cross, but what happened is it came down and it crossed real quick right here at this other one that I showed you. It crossed real quick. It came down, peaked under there, and came right back up, and you still had the downward. But you got the same thing in the upward trend. Look at this cross. Look at that. The green crossed over, and look at this move. That's a pretty good move on Apple, ain't it?
Oh, it was a real nice move.
Yeah. And all you doing is following the DMI, and that's only on the crosses. But you got to be very patient with it and wait till you get there. Sometimes that's difficult. That was difficult for me before I found the indicator I'm really going to tell you about tonight. Okay. But this is a pretty good move, and you know how to keep it. You're keeping it until you have another touch of these lines or cross. And you really didn't have to come off of it then because it really didn't cross, and it stayed above and stayed above, and now here you get your cross right here. That's holding on pretty long right there. How about
Uh,
that?
there was a move you showed earlier, which was even longer, which was real nice. A nice steady meltdown to your left.
Yeah, yeah, right. Exactly. This whole thing here. Right.
Hmm.
And it was shown right here. It was shown right up there to there, and then boom, there you go. It crossed over right there. See that? And you're in. Everybody follow that.
Yes.
One indicator. That's just one indicator. That's not two. Now add to that, because you want some confirmation. Add to that the QQD. Okay, watch. The QQE mod. Notice right here, QQE mod. Okay, you're gonna add that. All right, boom. So when I put that on the chart, I usually going to leave this pretty much at its settings also. It's got the RSI, RSI smooth, the QQE factor, the threshold. I'm leaving all of that where it is. It usually does a really good job. Okay, watch. Now, notice that QQE and that RSI on this cross, they're in alignment with one another. Did you see that? Everybody see that right here? Y'all see this? See that cross down?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, if so, now I got confirmation. I've got confirmation. I got confirmation. It's staying. I got confirmation. This works on any instrument, guys. Okay. And so you can keep that until you get a recross or something. You could have gotten out here and got back in. You could have done either way. And again, all we've done so far is use two indicators. Is this pretty easy?
There doesn't seem to be a lot of lag.
Not a lag at all. That's why I'm using them, because there's no lag. It's not a lot of lag time in these indicators. So as a result of that, I'm gonna get in the move at an optimal time. Okay. I hope you're putting these in your favorites. If you got TradingView, I hope you go ahead on and do that. Now, everybody good so far? Any questions? Okay. I must be a good teacher. Am I a good teacher? Shirley, am I a good teacher?
Sir, I didn't say yes.
I'm asking
So,
Shirley.
Bishop, so you
Yeah,
said that you used two indicators. One was QQE mod,
yeah, and the
and the other one is what now?
DMI.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This one here, directional momentum index.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So those are only two we got on chart right now, but we get ready to up this thing, man. Okay. So we're gonna put this moving average ribbon. See, it says moving average ribbon. Okay. And we're gonna put that on our chart. Actually, we're gonna remove that. We're gonna actually take it off. We're not gonna keep you. We're gonna do the other ribbon. We're gonna do the EMA ribbon. Okay, the EMA, exponential moving average ribbon, not the just moving average ribbon, but the exponential moving average ribbon. Now, okay, now, guys, again, now everything that's under the ribbon, I'm looking for sales. I'm not looking for buys. Everything above the ribbon, I'm looking for buys. I'm not looking for sales. So when I come to this indicator and I leave, look at what this indicator is about. Moving average period 20, the 20 is moving average 25 average, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. So those are the lines of the ribbon. Okay, rather than having one or two, I got what is this? Eight moving averages on my screen. So when I'm in the ribbon, no trade. Okay. I have to be above the ribbon so that what I'm trying to do is make sure that I have high probability trades. I don't want low probability trades. So I want to be above the ribbon if I'm buying, and I want to be below the ribbon if I'm selling. Now, what I will do is I want to be away from the ribbon. So I want if I'm in the watch, you see where my cursor is? Let me see if I can get something better as a cursor because that can be in your way. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Okay. So if this is my ribbon, I've just come out of the ribbon. I want to be two ticks away from it, if you will. I want to get away from the ribbon before I even enter. And I want my look at this. I want my DMI to have crossed, and I want my QQE to be at the B neck going under the zero line. Did everybody catch what I just said?
You want 2 ticks below, for example. You want confirmation on your EMA ribbon. You want on the directional momentum index. You want that to have crossed.
Yep.
The cross, and then the Q. Now the last part I did not hear was the
The
QQE mod.
QQE mod has to be below the zero line if I'm going short. If I don't have one of those things, wait.
So you want triple confirmation, really?
I'm gonna need more than that. I'm gonna give you another indicator in a minute. I need quad confirmation because I want high probability trades. I don't want to be in the trade and that thing reverse on me and kick me in my teeth. So I've had enough of that. And I told you, if you don't curse in this, you are saved. So, or you don't throw something through the screen trying to hit the broker.
And, and of course, if you do, and if you do, you repent and then ask for deliverance.
Yeah, yes, for total deliverance. God, come and get me quick. So
Yes.
now notice again, this is Apple. Now look at this move. This is a pretty long move, man. And I
That was
would,
beautiful.
yeah, and I wouldn't necessarily get out of it because this have not crossed back over the ribbon. Yet I might look at it and say, okay, well, this is crossing, and you may want to get back out of it, and then you could come right back into this thing if you wanted to, if you said, wow, and you could have played it all the way down to there. Look at that move. In and out.
But
Bye.
Bishop, during this time where the stock market is fluctuating because of the
Tariff.
the tariffs,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be wise that people would kind of be still and just wait
Could
it out instead of pulling
no, you still
their
gonna
stock out?
yeah, you still got volatility. Now I'm talking about somebody that's day
Right.
trading. I'm talking about this would be a day trading move. This is not
Okay.
a buy and hold situation. Okay.
Right. Okay.
All right. So if you day trading it, this is a good move in a day. And so at the end of the day, it's over. This is 1520, 1550 days over, and it breaks back across. You see, but now notice you broke back across, you came back across the ribbon. I am 2 ticks away right here. My DMI already crossed. I'm green. My QQE is above the zero line, okay, and I'm above that. That's another good move on on that on this one stop. Y'all good so far? But that's 3 confirmations, isn't it?
And you're saying this for.
Yeah, there's another one coming. Yep. There is another coming. Okay? You good? Everybody good now?
Just one other question on DMI. Is it either crossing or crossed? Which one is it?
Either crossing, but I would usually you can see several times it act like it was gonna cross and it didn't. So you want to wait for confirmation that it did cross also, or it's already above the zero line. Like in this case right here, this play right here, it's already above the zero line. The DMI, everything's above, so I could make that play. Okay. So what if I could? What if
So
I? Go ahead.
no, it's okay.
No, no, go please. I don't want to lead none of you.
No,
Maybe somebody need to.
I'm just looking at this. Apple's above the EMA ribbon, and then you're saying it's already crossed. Yeah, which it has. Okay, I see that now. All right.
Okay. All right, good. All right, good. So the next indicator I'm going to put in is called volume trend meter. Called the volume trend meter. Okay. And where did you go? You went down the bottom. Okay. Don't. Okay. Take that off. I'm not going to do that one. That's not the one I'm after. Not that one. Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. It ain't volume. It's volume. It's volumatic variable indicator. I think yes. Let me make sure that's right. Yes, that's it. Volumatic, VOLUMATIC, variable index. Okay. And what that does is this. Notice that it gives you red and green clouds. Okay. Giving you direction. Now I got the ribbon on there and I got that on there. And that last move we just looked at, well, we can go back and look at that other move. Let's go back and look at that down move. Notice again, this so the volume trend, the volume matrix trend meter is telling me it's bearish, and I break down underneath of the ribbon. Look at that. That I got confirmation it's bearish. It breaks under the ribbon. I got the cross. I'm beneath the zero line. Hey, that's a trade, ain't it? Are y'all here?
Yes.
Look at
Yes,
that.
sir.
Look at this one. Look at that other one that we talked about when it went back across. Look at where the volumatic index tells me, boom, it's now bullish. We're now bullish right here. We're bullish. And I want to be across.
Well, that's definitely
Go ahead.
that's a leading indicator. That
It's, a,
that
it's
does it pretty much.
yeah, it's way in front, ain't it?
It is.
And this is the indicator that the reason why I decided to do this call. Because this thing has kept me out of so much trouble. I was telling my wife today, I would have probably lost money several times today if it wasn't for this indicator. And I didn't take a trade all day today. Well, and when the 1 o'clock move thing happened, I won't know where around. So let me show you why this thing is so boss. See, it won't show you back here because it's already past it. But look at right here. Look at this. It gives you the delta volume. It tells you how many buys and how many sells is in the market at that period you were in. And if your delta volume is above 30, I actually say it has to be above 40. My delta volume, I want it above 40, okay? And the higher, and it can go it can go all the way to, I've seen it at 200, okay? The delta volume at 200, that means, and it was all buys and no sales. So if it's all buys in the market and no sales, what am I going to do? I'm buying with you. Everybody good with
Buy,
that?
buy, buy,
That's right.
buy, and praying I'm not too late.
That's right. That's right. Because it's there. So this this little thing right here is the way. Again, I'm looking at all the other indicators. Am I above the ribbon? Yes. Okay. Is this green above? Now, the other thing is when I'm looking at the DMI, I always look at the slope of these lines. If the
I'm gonna turn the heat on.
okay, thank you, because I'm a little cold.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
um So the positive line is sloping down. So I would be kind of careful with it. And I'm also sloping down on the QQE. So I would probably be pretty careful with it at that point. But again, this is to me a type of a game changer. Now we understand what time of the day we're in as well. So we're not going to get no whole lot of movement any kind of way. But these four indicators should help you to make none but money. Okay. So let me do this for you, sir, who's trading Forex. So the same thing holds true. Matter of fact, the other thing is if I am playing around and bouncing on the ribbon, there ain't no trades. I'm not dealing with no trades bouncing around on that ribbon. Staying away from that. You can have all of that. I'm looking for breaks. And again, the reason why I said I need 2 ticks away, notice this. It broke the ribbon, went right back in it. You see that? Here it broke the ribbon, went right back in it. So that's why I need another tick down. I need to know that it's coming out of there. Over here, I got one, then I got a little green, and then I got another tick down. So I said, okay, that maybe can take that because I'm getting away from that ribbon and everything else checks out. And I don't, I couldn't tell you what the delta volume is because it ain't gonna show back there. But so, but again, if I'm playing around near that ribbon, I don't, the cloud doesn't matter. The cloud is just telling me that I'm bearish. If I'm playing around near that ribbon, I'm not trading. That's yours. I got to break above. Now, what I want that ribbon to do, here is the secret to me, the sauce. I want all them moving averages to come together like that. I want it to paint that like that. Man, I loving to see the ribbon all together because usually when price breaks out of that either side, it's now going to open up that ribbon and therefore I'm going to be in a trend. So in many cases, what could happen is to wait for the ribbon to consolidate. You want the ribbon to consolidate so that it can have a breakout. Greg, you get that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Um, and wow. So here again, this ribbon is together. You can stay away from that, and boom, it broke down. Here's my second tick. I'm in. Look at my other indicators. Look at my other indicators at that point. All my other indicators says you can sell right here. Right? Hello? Are y'all seeing what I'm seeing?
No,
Huh?
absolutely.
Yeah. So when I break down, look at my DMI, that says sell. Look at my QE, it says sell. So I'm good. I could take that for a short term trade, or couldn't I? You see? That pin bar right there, that spinning talk tells me with that type of doji, it might be time to get away. That's candlestick understanding, but we're not talking about that tonight. But that doji right there would tell me, okay, it's time to go. But that ain't a bad little move right there. I know in the futures market, that's about $500 on probably one contract. You see?
Yeah, that is a good move.
Yep. Okay. So again, look at over here. Look at over here. Boom. We got a cross, right? We came out of that ribbon. Boom, here. So the second one is a doji. I'm watching right here. Okay. So what happens is sometimes this is really good. If I wait for this and say, no, it turned green on me, I'm gonna wait. And it goes green again and goes green again. What that did was it kept me out of that pullback, didn't it? That pullback sometimes can hurt you just as bad, because if it don't hurt you, sometimes it can scare you, especially in the futures market. It can scare you a lot. But then, boom, here we go. This is a good entry because now I'm away from boom. Look at that move there. Wow, good move. Good move. Everybody see it? So you got to go back and back test this. You got to go back and you got to put these things on your chart, go back test, see, convince yourself. Don't let me just tell you, convince yourself. Well, see, right here, I got a cross. This is a play I would not take. Somebody tell me why will not take that cross? And the QQE is above. I got a cross up. Why won't I take that?
You're in the ribbon.
That's right. Exactly. I'm in the ribbon. There is no play. There is no play in the ribbon. And I still got to come out of the ribbon. And I still don't really come out the ribbon really well with two until here. Okay. Move pretty much over. So this is what will get many of us a lot of times with this kind of stuff right here. Notice, watch this. Notice all of this, all the way, boom, all of that. We'll look at it and go, man, I missed that trade. God, I missed that. Look at all that move right there. And I'm telling you, it's worth missing the trade to have a no sweat trade. Are you following me? That no sweat trade is a better trade to me. That's just to me. You may not, you may be your risk tolerance may be better than mine. But I've been in these trades where I'm going, oh my goodness, will you come on? What are you doing? you Here you are talking to the screen like it can hear you. Okay. Now y'all ain't never done that, right? John, you ain't never done that, have you?
I do that on occasion. I understate that, of course. So yeah,
Yeah, no,
really.
I do. I have done it pretty frequent. So I like this one a whole lot better, and it's not as far. It's not as deep, but I like this one a whole lot better. I don't have any sweat right here. There is no sweat in that trade. I like that trade. You see? All right.
I tried to find on TraderView
Mm-hmm.
on TradingView. Sorry, I tried to find the EMA, not EMA ribbon, the volume trend meter. Apparently, it had it set up by by a user. And apparently, it's not the one that that you that you're using, because that's much more elegant.
Ooh, this one right here?
So
This one, the volume mat? Which one? DMI? Which one? Or the ribbon?
volume, actually, you know what? I had EMA ribbon. Oh, that's why. Ah, that's why. Volume. I need to kill the volume trend meter. Oh, okay, that's why.
Yeah.
Because actually, use that one, right?
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
sorry. Okay. By the way, how do you get rid of that in trading view? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to kill that. Never mind. I'll figure that out, sir. I don't want to hold the class up.
Yeah.
I'll figure it
So,
out.
so the delta meter isn't working on this. I don't know why, but let me go over here to the micro E-mini NASDAQ 100. Now, that's moving slow because it's after the time. But so today, what happened at 120 that I missed because I won't around the computer. Look at what happened at 120. Now, John caught this on Apple. This is happening on the, huh?
Caught up on Apple.
Right. This is on the NASDAQ 100, and the same thing happened because Apple is a part of NASDAQ. Now look at this, look at that, look at this ribbon. Close the ribbon. The ribbon was closed most of the day, and the reason why I wasn't trading, I told my wife, that's when I was telling my wife, I said, I am not trading today. I said, because I don't have a trade. And so all day until I got away from the computer, the ribbon was closed. And by the ribbon being closed, there is no trade. I don't care what else is saying, the ribbon was closed. And I said, okay, I'm gonna do something else with my day, because it's not participating with me. And then at 120, when the announcement came out, okay, about the terrorists being held off, boom, look at the hit. Right here, the hit up in on that candle right there. That would have been the candle I would have gotten in on right there. Everything is crossed, everything is up. This particular move, ladies and gentlemen, in the futures market would have been over $2,000 before it even got here. It would have been way over $2,000 just with one contract. Just with one contract.
Right. Right. From
Uh,
50
huh?
from 50 to 2,000. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Easy, easy money. And would have never had to sweat with this either at all because of the entry point here. It ain't ever come back down near unto that. Just you sit there and let that roll. It can pull back and all that up here, and you got in down here. You're really sitting there just, and you don't even get out of that until it crawls back under, even then, because you got in way down here. And notice where it ended up, way up here. Now, when I look at the computer tonight and look at the guy that I follow, I guarantee you he caught it, some of this. I guarantee you he caught it. I'm just, I was just out of place. So, but why I was out of place is what I'm showing you. This told me today was not a trading day for me. You see that? This is the ninth. The ninth right here, it says, you're not trading today. No, you're not, because the ribbon is together. I don't care what the DMI was doing, what the QQE was doing, didn't make any difference. Nor what the volumatic says. It didn't make any difference because the ribbon is together. The ribbon, the only little spot that showed up would have been around about here, and nope, no, nah, nope. So the ribbon staying together says no trade. Now, I'm just hoping that with just this little stuff, if you can play with this yourself and check it out for yourself and see if it won't save you from making mistakes. Now, I know because I know how I have. If you're trading, you've been in those things the wrong time and, hitting your stop losses. And where would I put my stop loss? When I enter in, I put my stop loss right underneath of the ribbon. So if it comes in and boom, I'm putting my stop loss under this ribbon. That ribbon becomes my place of my stop loss. Okay. So you're going to put a stop loss. So might as well find it. So that ribbon becomes my stop loss. You see, if it comes back through that ribbon, I'm caught. I'm out. But no. And then I can chase it underneath of the ribbon. So I can chase it up as it's moving. I can move my stop loss up underneath of the ribbon. It moves up here, I move my stop loss up underneath of the ribbon. So I never get out from underneath the ribbon. If it's over here, I move my stop loss up underneath of the ribbon. There's my ribbon. So is that making any sense? People of God. People of
That means,
God. Huh?
Yeah. That's a good trade.
It's a major, I'm telling you, that's a major trade.
your stop loss is very small in comparison to
Hmm.
where others are. Your stop loss is better.
Absolutely. And when I'm trailing it too. So, I'm gonna lock in most of that profit. But now, we'll talk about in another session how to probably take partials on some of this stuff. So if I had two contracts in here, I ain't taking two contracts all the way up here. I'm gonna get out of this thing. I'm gonna take on some partials. I probably would have taken a partial right here and let the other one just run and see where it go. You see?
So just to be sure, since I seem to have mistaken that, I use the volumetric variable index, not the volume trend meter, correct?
Yeah, the volumetric variable index. I think that's what it is. Yes. Uh,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, VIDYA by Big Beluga. Do you see that? By Big Beluga?
VID. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
All right. VID. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right, great. All right, great. So, all right, guys, I've got another Zoom to jump on, but with the business. So, all right, how y'all feel?
It's good. Real good.
That's good. I'll have to get another screen now so I can monitor that. That's fine though.
Yeah, so you definitely need to back test this. All right. You definitely need to back test this. You can't just jump into this and do it. You want to back test it. You want to see what I'm seeing. If is what I'm seeing true or is it a lie? But what it seems as though right now is that it's working for me. Okay. And so I wanted to share it with y'all.
Well, you better send this to us, sir.
Yeah, I'll be able to.
Greatly appreciate.
Yep, I figured you would.